Welcome back to the debate club. Today we are going to have a debate on the topic whether democratic government is the best form of government or non-democratic government is the best form of government. There are two teams. Team one will be captained by Navneet Kishore and his teammates are Bhargavar, Rashikar Singh and Sarah Bobin. And team two captain is Siddharth Ramesh Kumar and his teammates are Arya Harish, Rishi Diyar and Surya Skanda. Team one will be in support of the team one will be support of democracy and team two will be against democracy. Let's start a debate. So,
So,
Navneet's team start.
so I would like to begin the debate by asking one thing to all the people participating in this debate. Would you like to live under a government which basically doesn't respect our needs? It rules as however it wishes, however the whatever the ruler wishes to do, he does whatever according to his wish. He doesn't care about the needs of the people. Would you like to live under such a government which doesn't care about you basically? Would you like to live?
No.
I saw Arya has raised his hand. Do you want to say something?
Yeah, it's not.
So,
I wanted to object this point that it's not
yeah, go
always
ahead.
that people that the king doesn't or the king or the ruler doesn't care about the people's needs. We have had many great kings, Indian kings. We have had many great dictators, and these dictators and these kings have also cared a lot about the people's needs. There are many examples. If you want, I can give you example of Vikramaditya, Indian king. I can give you example of Hitler also. He killed Jews, but he cared for the German people and he cared for his nation. Okay, so I don't think it's always the way that the ruler will not care about the people and the ruler will not like care for the people's needs. It's not always like that.
Okay, so can I
I see
object?
Rashi. Ah, yeah, sure, go ahead.
See, you told, okay, yeah, there are some Indian rulers who cared for the people, even there'll be some dictators. But if you check, there aren't only those people. There are many people who like don't even care about the people. For example, I'm saying you took the example of Hitler. I admit he wanted the good for Germans, but the racial system he didn't even give the few people the basic right to live. He just wanted them to like be vanished from the world. He just killed everyone irrespective. He just wanted to be against them. He doesn't. He didn't. He was so racist actually. If you see.
I see Arya's hand raised. Do you want to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to object this point. As I said, it's not
Yes.
always all the dictators, and it applies in even democracy. Many democratic leaders have not been good leaders. Okay, many leaders in democracy have not been good leaders, and they have not like fulfilled the country's needs. Like there have been many examples in India only, and like yeah, they've not fulfilled the country's needs also. And in democracy the problem is that it takes too much time for a decision to happen. And in the case of development also, the the prime minister, let us say for example the prime minister or the president, they have to ask everyone and then they have to do it. If it is for the democracy, for the development of the country, why should I like go and ask, why should the ruler go and ask all the other people and waste time instead of doing it immediately if it is going to be good for the country? This is one problem in democracy.
I see Rashikar raising his hand. Can you say? Do you want to say something, Rashikar?
Yeah, so as Arya told, Hitler only killed Jewish people. So I would like to give an example about it. Imagine you are living countryside of Germany, like one beautiful day, you woke up and suddenly you see people entering your house and your mother is being dragged and her clothes are being torn, your father is being beaten up, and
Rashikar, can
if
I
you
stop you for 1 minute?
See, I didn't
Please
say
don't
that
say
Hitler
appropriate.
killing Jews were okay. I said that
no
he
you
killed
you
Jews. Yeah,
acted
that's a
like
bad thing. I didn't say it like it he did it,
you
that is
you
an
said
okay
it
thing. I
you
said
said
that
that
that was,
wait
I
you
said
said
that that
that
was a
I
bad
would like
only
to
thing.
kill
stop you
You
for
took it
Jews.
in a
1 minute.
wrong way. I said that that was a bad thing. You took it in a wrong way.
No, okay, I'm
I
not
didn't say
telling
that
that.
he
Fine,
did
let me
good.
continue. Let me continue. I'll say. Let
Yeah,
me
Arya, be
continue.
good. Yes,
Your
continue.
your and your mother is being dragged by pulling her hair, and your father is being put in a cart or something like, and even you are being carried and thrown away somewhere. and then you are taken to a train and you are said that you will reach this position and you are going to be killed. Now, which type of dictatorship is this?
I see Navneet raising
Yeah,
his hand. Do you
actually,
want to back his point? Yeah. Okay, Arya, go ahead and answer.
yeah, can I object or will Navneet back his point?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, object.
See, I was only pointing out what Hitler did good for the country. I also agree that he has done many bad things, but only I was pointing out what he was doing good for the country. He did many good things for the country. He did many bad things for the country. And why the country ended up like that was also because even the Jews were not proper people. Okay, they were also
What do
like
you mean
as
Jews
we
were
know.
not proper people? They
Listen,
just
Could you
okay,
please
let me
supported
clarify
the.
finish.
that point?
Let
Could
me
you please
finish. Let me
clarify it?
finish. Let me
Let
finish.
Arya finish, then
I'll
you talk.
clarify my point by what I
Yeah,
mean
yeah,
Jews
let
were
him.
not proper. See, Jews were considered that they killed Christ. And also one more thing is that what I'm saying doesn't justify the killing of Jews. Okay, I'll clear this off now. And also Jews, they were like believed that Germany lost the World War I because Jews backstabbed them. That this point maybe most of you don't know, but this is also one another theory that led to Hitler's hatred of Jews. Okay, but I'm not saying that it's justified that he killed Jews, but at that moment, yeah, like what he did was also wrong. But I'm taking the good things that a dictator can do. An ideal dictator, a good dictator, can take care of the country and can lead to the highest development of the country. Is what I wanted to say.
I see Navneet's hand being raised. Do you want to say something?
Yeah. First, I like to object the points which Arya told. Most of
Okay.
the dictators, if you see, are like one of the most corrupt. They just, I mean, I accept your ideal. Like there should be a dictator who thinks good for the people, good for the country and stuff. But if you see, basically, there's no one who does only that. Suppose Hitler, you see, I agree he has done few things good for the country, but just because he does one thing good, that doesn't mean he can do anything bad he wants. And that too, okay, I'll say, suppose if Jews did something bad also, how can you just like blame the entire community for what only a people of community did? How can you blame the entire community?
I see
Okay,
Siddharth
so
raising
where
his hand. Do you want to
Can
say?
I
Yeah,
back
Arya,
his
wait, let
point?
Siddharth say.
Okay, yeah,
Let
thank
1
you.
minute, let Siddharth say.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, I would like to oppose this point by saying one quote given by Abraham Lincoln. He says that
Yeah, sure.
democracy is basically of the people, by the people, and for the people. But what happens in the democratic countries are they interpret it in a different way. For example, they say of the people, OFF, by the people, BOY, and for the people, FAR. So this is what I wanted to point out here.
Rashika, do you want to say something?
I would object Siddharth's point after objecting Arya's point. He
Okay.
first said that Jews were the. Can you repeat the point? Jews were the people who killed Christ. But that is totally wrong. They were considered as the chosen one by the Jesus Christ. How can you and if someone is here from the Christian religion, they would actually know this. So how do you
why
say they killed
you
Christian?
didn't listen to what I said properly. I said that it was a theory considered by the people. I didn't
It's
say that they
not a
killed Christ.
theory.
I
You
said
can't
that
say
it was a
theory as a fact,
I
okay?
said I
You
didn't say
can't say
that it's a
theory as
fact.
a fact.
You're not listening to what I'm telling properly. I didn't tell that it is a
You
fact.
are
Siddharth,
It
you are
was
can
a
you
telling
again,
theory.
it as
It
can
a
you
was a
back
fact.
theory
after
that
the
was
Hey,
point?
Rashika,
accepted by
let Arya
people
say
at that
first.
time. You didn't listen to my point. It's not my problem. You didn't
You
listen
Let
to my
Arya say
point.
first.
What
you
I said is
can't say
that
theory here. You should tell a fact that we can object. How you are saying
no,
you're saying a theory?
I told, see, listen, I told that that was a theory that they had considered at that point of time. Okay, I told that they had, I don't know if it is true or not. That was what their
Then why are
thinking
you
was at
saying
that
it?
point
If
of
you
time.
don't know
Then
it's
why are
true,
you
then why
saying
are you
it
saying
if
it?
it's not true?
Array, the fact that they thought that this was right is a fact. Okay, but I'm not telling that the theory that I told now is true. They
Yeah, so the
accepted this
okay,
theory.
they
That is a
Siddharth, can
so
I
fact.
this
back
is you are
Rachika's
saying
point?
that they did wrong only, right?
One
They
minute, wait.
accepted this
Yeah,
theory
they
and
did
they
wrong.
killed
Yeah,
Jews.
but what
So you
you
have
can't
objected
just
your point
point
here.
out the wrong
So
things that
this
Hitler has
Hitler
done.
did wrong
Hitler has
only,
done
right?
many good things
Can you
also.
talk one by one?
Yeah, okay.
Now you accepted the point that Hitler did wrong here. They killed Jews.
Yeah, Hitler did wrong, but Hitler has done also many good things for the country.
What
That
do you
is
mean
also there.
many
And
good things?
and
You
in many
literally kill
democratic
like more
countries,
than 1 million people.
and
You talk
and
one
in
Okay,
many
minute.
fine. You
democratic
leave
Please,
countries
views
also
only. You
the
wait,
the
let me
leader.
finish my point.
Yeah,
You leave views only.
there's
Let
put out there.
Bhargav is raising his hand. Do you want to say something, Bhargav?
I wanted to just tell that if democracy takes a lot of time to make a decision, but still you have the quality of the decision.
Okay, does anybody want to object this point? Okay, Arya, go ahead.
Yeah, so democracy takes time to make a decision. Quality is also there, but that time is lost. In that time, you can do many things. Wherein, where a ideal ruler, where a monarchy system, or where there is a dictatorship or a communism, you can do like multiple things in that time that you have taken up to make one decision for
The
good things.
dictator won't take the people's choice.
See, if it is for the development of the country, why do you have to take the people's choice? If it is
cannot
for the good of the country, why do you have to take
It's
the
right.
people's choice?
It's not that dictator is
There might be
always.
some people who don't want the.
I see Rashika's hand raised. Do you want to say something, Rashika?
Yeah. So Arya said that quality of decision is good, but time is taken. So you say that the decision should be made as soon as possible, but you don't care it is good or bad, right? And most of the time, in Hindi, there's a thing that jaldi ka kaam shaitan ka hota hai. So it's in Hindi. If nobody understands, say like Hindi, uh, my bad, but there's a kahawat like that. So you say that you should do the decision fast, but if it is wrong or bad, you don't care about it.
Bro, you don't listen to what I'm telling or what, Ra. What did I tell you? If it is for the development of the country, take it
Arya, can I
immediately
stop
is
you for
what I
one
told.
minute? Arya, can I
Sure,
stop
sure.
you? Please don't say Ra and all, okay? Here you
Okay,
don't
fine.
say
Okay,
Ra, Da.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah, continue.
So, see, if it, please listen to my point carefully. That
Yeah.
what I said is that if it is for the development of the country, I don't think you have to ask people, take people choice, because ordinary people also don't understand. In democracy, many people get bribed for all of this, and poor people obviously they take bribes. Like if you see recently in Karnataka, there was one Congress election, and in that also I believe that what they did was an indirect bribe. Yeah, what did they do? They bribed the people that they're going to give them free stuff, and people fell for it. They bribed the people that they're going to give them free stuff, and poor people fell for it. The people in rural areas fell for it, and now they are in leadership of the state. What do you have to say about this? If they're
See
going to
that.
do all this,
Okay.
wait, let me finish my point. I'll finish my point.
Let him
If
finish.
they're going to do all such stuff in a democracy, then how is it going? How can you call this a democracy? You want an ideal, proper democracy which can lead to the people's needs, right? That's what you want. So how can you call this a proper democracy?
Your point is
Like
over.
this? Yeah, my point is
Rashika, you
done.
want to say something?
Okay. Yeah. So Arya
Yeah,
said
say.
that they bribe the people and they vote it off. So in democracy, there is an option that if they whatever they have promised and they don't do, you can vote them out of the position. Like again, there will be kept a voting that if they don't, you don't like this leader, you can kick him to
Who
vote out.
said there is not? There is no
There
such
is, there
thing.
is,
Arya,
There is no such thing.
there
There
is,
is no
there
such
is.
thing. There is
In
no such thing,
everything
bro.
there is a
You have not read it properly. What the thing is that if any supporting parties or if any MLAs come out of that party and they lose their strength, they lose their strength, meaning the people, then they come down. But there is no such thing after they have been elected for 5 years, unless the support of the Congress party, the support of the Congress party, how many other MLAs they have in the Legislative Assembly, unless they come out, you can't change it for the next 5 years. No, there is no such thing like this. Who told you this?
Okay, does anybody want to say from the Navneet's team?
I wanted to say actually.
Yeah, say, go ahead.
I would like to object what Arya told earlier.
Yeah,
Within
go
the
ahead.
time that democracy takes in implementing a decision, you can take many good decisions. And he also told that for taking a good decision for development of country, you don't need to ask anyone. Okay, Arya, I would like to ask you one thing. Suppose imagine you are the ruler of a country. Just imagine. you get a good idea about the country. You want to implement a decision which is going to help the people. Since you have the idea about the decision you're going to take, you will feel it's good and you will check only the good sides of it. But when you consult other people about the same decision, then only you can get to know the other flaws it has. There can be some flaws which you don't recognize in the decision, but only other people can get it. That is when you can get to know what are the flaws and more benefits in the decision. Suppose if it is a non-democratic government, let's say dictatorship, that the whoever is the ruler, he just implements the decision without any asking. So he whatever is in his perspective, he just does it. He suppose, let's say he has a decision, he doesn't get to know what is bad about it. He doesn't know how will the people react to it. What are the people's interest? He doesn't know. So how can you say? How can you get to know that it is for the development of the country? You are saying you are giving a good decision for the development of country, but there can be flaws, right? If you don't recognize, some other guy can recognize the flaws in it. So for that only we have discussion in democracy. Suppose a ruling party brings in a decision or a bill in the legislative assembly. The entire assembly, when they discuss about the bill, they can point out some flaws in the bill which the ruling party was not able to find out. They can find out and point it out so the ruling government can rectify it or cancel it. Can this be done in a non-democratic government? That's my question.
Yeah, could I
Do you want to
object?
say something?
Or
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, so that is why a dictator should be smart enough and should be able to look from all directions. There are many examples of this. Okay, that is why India thrived so much during monarch systems. There were so many monarch systems, and India was able to thrive so much. India was at the top of its peak of its history. It was called the golden bird. Why? That time there was no democracy. That time there was no the all of this stuff. Still, it was able to develop nicely because of the good kings and the good people that they were able to cooperate with the development of the country. And also the king should look through in the flaws. Like obviously, yeah, the that he can find out like what flaws are there, and obviously before taking a decision, he will obviously think about it. You're not just going to go and implement it off. Then that makes you stupid. You should not just go and implement it off. You obviously think about it. Hopefully it makes sense.
I see Bhargav's hand being raised. Do you want to say
I
something?
just want to tell that if you make any mistake in the democracy, there is a chance that that person can at least he can make himself correct, and the next election he can make his decisions correctly.
Yeah, in the next election, who's going to elect him?
There are chances, no, that he can be proper. He can get the confidence of the people.
Yeah, but once you make a flaw, people are not going to elect you. Once you make a big flaw, people are not going to elect you, and you don't have a
Ishan,
chance
can
to
you bring in
improve.
a new point? I guess we are going
Mostly.
in this point for a long time.
Yeah, okay, sure. No, you can't start. That's Siddharth team start because you started.
Yeah, let her.
That's Siddharth's team. Siddharth, you want to say something? New topic?
Yeah, I wanted to
You
start
can
a new
start.
topic. I
Yeah.
just wanted to ask the opposition about a question. This is basically from the statistics. From the 2020
Yeah, sure.
from 2011 survey of two countries poverty rates, China, which is not a democratic country, which follows communism, has 80 million people below the poverty line, while India, which is a democratic country, has over 250 million poor people who are below the poverty line. How would you explain this?
Navneet, do you want to say something?
Since he has raised this, I'll also say one more thing. Before India, once when India was ruled by a democracy, once China had a famine, and that time India's economy was worse than China. Still, India could face whatever it got because of the quality of its decision making. If you see, if you want, you can read it from the textbook. There are many. If you check in internet, also it's there. In the Chinese famine, the government mishandled the situation so badly, such that it was so many people lost their lives in the famine. While in a democracy, the decisions are more wise. it is made in a more responsible way, which helps to improve the life. So what I'm saying is like it also improves the decision making quality if you see.
I
Can I
see
Could I,
oppose this
Surya
point?
raising his
could I
Can I
hand.
oppose this
object
point?
this point? Could I
Wait, wait,
object
let
this
Surya
point?
say.
Or-
Let Surya say.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Surya, do
Yeah,
you want to say
though the
something?
yeah,
Okay.
though though China had famine, they recovered from that very quickly. They again became more economically strong. India didn't get face any kind of famine. Still they were economically lesser than the China who had faced this disaster. See, we can see that this China had become more developed, even have facing such difficulties where India couldn't do that.
Does Navneet's team want to say something? From Navneet's team?
I would like someone from my team to raise a new point, or else
No.
object if they want.
Does anyone want to object Surya's point from Navneet's team? No. Okay. Navneet, start a new point. You can start a new point.
Yeah, okay. So I'll say one more thing. This suppose let's imagine you are in a non-democratic government ruling country. If you see there's a basically a racial system, not that racial, but there's a system like just take examples of elections. If you see only few people who have the right to vote and few people don't have the right to vote if you see, but in democracy if you see, I mean a pure democracy, every adult citizen has the right to vote irrespective of whatever their earning is or their gender or their caste. It doesn't matter, everyone has a right to vote. This everybody gets political equality in a democratic government, like whether you're rich and educated or you're poor and not educated also, you have the right to vote. That's political equality in a democratic government, and in most cases you do not have this in a non-democratic government if you see.
Oh, can I
Arya,
object
do
this
you want to say
point?
something?
Yeah,
Sure.
I
Go ahead.
wanted to. See, this, as you said, happens only in a pure democracy. Where can you see a pure democracy? Even in India, people are getting bribed for votes. Even suppose countries like Fiji, Estonia, and all of those such countries, they call themselves as a democracy, whereas they're not a democracy. And you're talking about an ideal democracy. I don't see an ideal democracy anywhere in the world. People are getting bribed for votes, and people are not getting equal rights for votes. You have to talk about facts, not ideals. Okay, that is what I wanted to tell.
Can you name an ideal dictatorship? Can you name?
There were so many ideal dictatorships, but there are, yeah, then you name an ideal democracy.
Navneet, do you want to say something?
United States of America, India, United Kingdom.
Bro,
There
people
are
are
so
getting bribed. People are getting bribed for votes. In India only you
what
saw
do you,
clean
okay,
case.
fine,
In
fine,
India
fine,
only
fine.
you saw clean case.
What?
In India you saw
No,
clean
that
case that
wait,
where people are getting bribed.
let me tell my point.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
wait.
yeah, yeah.
See,
Arya,
so
please.
you tell that people are getting bribed. So you told that in past generation, India was called as the Sone ki Chidiya, right? So now also we are democratic. Our economic is this GDP is more, the sixth position of in entire world, or currently I don't know, but it was sixth, and now. Okay, fine. Fifth. And even United States of America is a democratic country. Then and they are at first. Now you say which dictatorship or non-democratic country is its GDP is there in top 10 or at least top 20 or something. You say.
I see that.
GDP
You see,
economy depends on people. Economy depends
Yeah, so
on people.
people are
India.
no, it does
Mhm.
not only depend on people, it depends on trade and everything.
Yeah, okay, yeah. But also it depends on people. People are the major factor. If people are not there, from where will you get economy? And
Yes,
plus,
no,
all of this United Kingdom, this United States, that is all looted money. If you have seen United States loan, okay, you may think that United States is a big and great nation, but they have a
I
loan
know
of
they have
$32
loan.
trillion dollars. They have
Yeah.
no, listen to me. They have a loan of $32 trillion, and the country can fall apart at any time. How do you call this and good economy and good stability, a good stable country, they're still a democracy, right? They're still a democracy. So how can you call this an ideal, stable democracy? And even in India, I told you
See,
clean
they're
cases of
only
bribery.
about democracy, they're ideal. But you brought the point like the economic state or structure of it. So,
Yeah,
but in the position there first, you can't take like
in
when
no
there are
one cares
chances
about the
of falling.
position, man.
Okay, you
There's stability is what matters. Okay, they're
democratic
living by
stability is
paying off
good.
interests. They're living by
Democratic.
paying off interests. Well, at one point, they won't be able to even do that, and then the country is going to
How
be
are you
bought by
sure that at
countries.
one point they are not able to do? What if they
They
grow
will
more?
not be able to do.
How are
I'm
you
saying,
sure
yeah,
they will not be
obviously.
able to? How are you
I am
sure?
sure because the loan is not a joke. Okay, the debt is going up by almost like $100,000 per second.
So okay,
Okay, that's
fine.
not a
What
joke.
if they grow more? Like, how are you sure? What if the stock market goes up or something and people become rich in one day only? How are you sure about
Yeah.
it?
Okay, bro. In which case have people become rich in one day? That means even India would have also come out of poverty like long ago. No, India would have come out of
But
poverty. People
I'm
became
telling
rich in
you,
one day without
how
doing
are you
anything.
sure?
I am
See,
sure
there's
because
no
I
you
haven't
are
seen any cases like this till now. That people
Uh,
become rich in one day, like you say.
what do you mean if
Can
they
you
become see there are many if you don't read anything or do research on it, that doesn't mean people haven't become rich in one day or something, okay? You don't have any proper chances that they will fall or they will not. I'm talking about current and you can't talk about future
Even
things.
I'm talking about current. I'm not
Arya, can
talking
I
You're
about
stop you
talking
for
future.
about
1 minute?
future. What
Yeah.
if they will fall and all?
See, I'm talking about current. The country can fall apart at any moment.
Can
They're
you said
paying.
see the
They're,
can
let
is
me
a
finish my.
very word
Let me finish my
can
point.
is a
Let me finish my.
probability word here.
Can, yeah, okay, fine. Can is a probability word, but the loan that they have is not a probability. They're still a democracy. They're still such a good top one economy stable country. Then why are they in such a bad state? You tell me.
You
I would
talk
like
about
to
India
back.
only, then India is also democratic. They are in fifth position. Now you say.
What?
Arya, can I
I would
stop you?
like to. I
Arya,
would
can I
like
stop
to
you?
tell. I would like to
Let
I
tell.
like to
Surya say.
say.
Arya, you say. Let Surya say, then you say, Siddharth.
Yeah, Rajshekhar said that which non-democratic country is in the top 10 of the GDP list. China is number second in that GDP, and it's not a democratic country. And even United Kingdom is not fully a democratic country, as it even runs under the kings and the queens of that country. So even they are in the top 10 list, right?
Does anybody want to say from
Democrat.
Lamit's team?
Yeah, wait. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Should I say or my teammates will say?
Yeah, say. Okay.
Okay, fine. So you say that United Kingdom is not fully a democratic country, but the decisions there made for the GDP, economic, and people are done by the elected people there only. Only for the name, it is like they are the prince of it or something
But
because
they
they are
should
I'll
there
tell
have
you.
from
a
I'll tell
olden
you.
generation.
I'll tell you why
but they
United
should
Kingdom
have
is at
the
such a
approval of.
level. Only because of the loot they have gained in so many years. They looted so many countries. Okay, United Kingdom has looted so many countries. Like
Okay, what about
very
Japan?
precious. Huh? Where
What
did
about
Japan
Japan?
loot? Japan was
No, no,
destroyed by
Japan is
America.
also democratic only, right?
Yeah, but yeah, even
Now say
China is
they're in.
democratic.
Um.
They're not
Uh,
democratic, but still they're in top second.
See, they are democratic, but they are like they are like communist things going on. So, you know, like there's little to thing to go on YouTube. So I would suggest not to
China
look.
tells
Still,
I
China
have a
still
tells
defin
people,
a
still
proper
people are
theory for
happy
that.
there, and still
How are you
people.
sure they're
Yeah.
happy? How are you sure they're happy?
True,
You
there
don't
is
literally,
like
you get news, you don't even get news from it. They little block the
there,
news channels from that. How do you
there is
know?
zero.
Arya,
There is
can I stop you for 1 minute? Let your other teammates also say. Like Siddharth was
okay,
saying
okay, okay,
something.
okay.
Siddharth say.
my point has been taken. I think I would like to give it to someone else.
Okay, Rishi, do you want to say something?
No, no, I wanted to start a new point, but you can continue.
Just 1 minute wait. Okay, Arya, continue.
came back to me. Okay. So China basically now it has 0.7% of poverty. Russia is not, sorry, China, yeah, as I said, 0.7% of poverty. How do you have to explain this? India has so much poverty and still it is a democracy, still it is developing. How do you want to justify this? As you say,
Can you repeat the
democracy.
point? Can you repeat the point?
That's
China, yeah, I'll repeat it. I'll repeat it.
yeah.
China has 0.7% of poverty in its total population.
Okay.
India has maybe around 20 or 30% of poverty still left in its population. How do you want to justify this?
See,
Both
China
of the
is a
countries have
see.
both
If
of
you want
let
to
me
go a
finish, let me
league,
finish,
yeah,
let me
okay,
finish,
fine.
let me finish. Both of the countries have almost equal population, almost equal population. Okay. Both of the countries have almost equal population. So you can't say that population is a factor. Now you
Ah.
tell me, how can you say that India is what the democracy is better than this China's communist state?
See, actually, if you want to go in a legal way, China is defined as a democratic country. And before this Corona time, they literal had the full, they had the production there. They were known as the production country of the world. They literally manufacture like every country, every company of the world was structured in China. Only their factories were there. So that is why, uh, like they made fake stuff basically. They little copied the
Fake stuff.
company's thing.
They didn't make fake stuff. They used their brain. They targeted the most valuable thing, the most the thing in most demand, that is plastic. Whenever you see any
Yeah, so
plastic toys or
that is
anything,
not a
yeah, they
democratic
targeted it.
thing
That
there.
is called using brains. That is called using brains, and that is called making good use of the resources that you have. That is why they have grown to so much, and they're not a democracy. They're a communist state.
They are. Oh, you want to search it
Rashik,
on?
1 minute, Rashik.
Okay.
After Rashikar finishes point, we are starting a new topic. Nobody can answer.
Okay.
Rashikar. Rashikar.
So
Leave
you are
them. Just
saying
start.
that China is a communist thing, right? If you want to search it on Google, you can search that China is a democratic country. They say it like that. Now you can't say that they're communist.
Everyone wants to call themselves a democracy because a democracy has more support and more value in the world. You get it? It's not that because they're democratic
You can't
that
just claim that they're communist or non-democratic if they are only saying they're democratic.
who told that they are
They only
democratic?
They
They
are only
never
saying,
say.
They
they
never
only
search it on
see
Google.
themselves as people status.
they literally break all the principles of democracy.
Exactly.
How
How
can
can you call them a
they break all the
democracy?
principles? How can you say themselves
So,
See,
democracy
okay,
then?
wait, I'll
you
give you
have.
an example. I'm
Okay.
calling myself Rajshekhar, and you claim that I am not Rajshekhar, but I am like Arya. So I'm literally claiming that I am Rajshekhar. So why
No.
can't you accept that like I'm
Listen over
Rajshekhar instead
this.
of calling me Arya?
This
I'm
is
Fine,
completely
giving
fine.
it.
different
Even
matter. This
Fiji,
is
even countries
I'm
like
telling
Fiji
you
and
like that.
Estonia are also not democratic. Still, they like to call themselves democracy. Yeah, so can you just say that they are democratic? Even North Korea will call themselves democratic. You will say that they are
They don't
democratic.
call, but they don't call.
Nah, they don't call. But if they call, will you agree? You have to see what is going inside. Okay, what is going on inside? You have to see that, and then you have to tell. Okay, you can't just tell if they call themselves democracy, they won't become a democracy. There are some
First
principles
of
of a
all, they don't
democracy.
have connection to
Plus,
the world only. What do you expect them to say?
Does anyone want to say from Siddharth's team? No? Okay, Rishi, you can
I'll
start a
start a
new
new
point.
point.
Now
I
Rishi is
wanted to
starting.
start a new point.
Yeah, go. Yeah, sure.
So like now in democracy, as you say that the power like the uh, wait. Now the democracy, the power like the people elect the rulers of the democracy and they don't have as much as power, right? So people can throw them out or do anything. But if you see one case, Indira Gandhi, when she was prime minister, she imposed the emergency lockdown on India without caring about anybody, just for her personal reasons. What would you like to say about this?
Sarah, do you want to say something?
No, it's
Bhargav,
for a
do you
new
want to say?
topic.
Okay, okay. Bhargav, do you want to say something?
I also wanted to talk about a new topic.
Okay.
No, people
Can
are
I,
please
can
object this point. Object this point.
Object my point.
Navneet
can
Singh,
you
do you want to object? Yeah, go ahead.
can you repeat the point, Rishi?
No, like now in democracy, the people elect the rulers, right? And people have the power like to throw them out or to vote them to the parliament. And like they should rule within the laws and regulations set within the constitution. But if you see Indira Gandhi, when she
That is an exceptional case. Here in democracy, there are so
And
many
this is
corrupt
also an
leaders.
exceptional
You can
case.
no, this is not an exceptional case. You can
See,
name
this
so
is
many
also an
corrupt
exceptional
leaders.
case. Now you tell about
You can name
Narendra
so many
Modi ji. Now
corrupt
you say,
leaders.
how
You
so
can
many
name so
corrupt
many
leaders?
corrupt leaders.
Even we can name
You
so
can
many
let
corrupt
Arya finish his
dictators or
point,
something.
Rajshekar. Let
Let
Arya
me
finish
finish
his
my
Rashika,
point.
point.
let Arya
Let me
finish his
finish.
point.
We can name so many corrupt leaders. Even Narendra Modi at some times he has not taken proper decisions. Okay. Even Narendra Modi at some times he has not taken proper decisions. Okay, there are so many corrupt leaders in democracy. Okay, and people get bribed for votes. This is also a common thing that we have seen. And also like these people, if they're not in support, they just and plus media is biased.
Navneet, you want to say
Yeah.
a new topic?
Yeah, I'll bring in a
Yeah,
new
yeah, start.
point.
Yeah,
Suppose
okay.
a democratic government does any mistake. You can criticize, you have the freedom to criticize it, publicize it, you can do meetings about it. And how does this happen? Because in a democracy, media has freedom. Even people have freedom. If you see, just take example of any dictatorship. They just basically suppress all the medias and they can publish news only in support of the ruling government. If you see, I'm taking a real example. I don't want to name anyone here, but I'm saying usually in dictatorships or any non-democratic government, media is forced to put only in favor of the ruling government. If they put anything against, gone. Your press will be shut down and everything. You will just be on the road jobless. But in democratic government, you have the freedom for it. You can criticize the government for whatever they do, and the government should rectify the mistake if it is valid. You can
I
take
would
it to the judiciary and raise a case against them. You can fight against them for justice, and if it is valid, the government should change their decision. This does not happen in a non-democratic government, right?
I would like to back
Okay,
his point also. Yes, and
Even
does
I.
anyone?
Navneet,
Wait, 1 minute, 1 minute. Does anyone want to object it?
bro, let me back his point, then let him object. No, you are also
I
brainlessing
Okay,
him.
also want to back up.
okay, fine. Okay, fine. That.
So as Navneet said that people bro, I forgot, bro, my brain is dead. Okay, Navneet, repeat your point.
Like media
Hey,
have
let's
lot
Sarah
of
back up.
freedom
Let's
in a
Sarah back.
democracy. Media
Hey, wait.
has
Let's Sarah
freedom in
back.
democracy
And
and
yeah, the
they can
ruling
criticize
part.
government.
Yeah, okay, I got it. Okay. And ruling party, there are in ruling party there are opposition parties also which will criticize them. So now you can't bribe the opposition party also, right? Even they want to rule in democracy. Now you can't bribe them also now.
You wanna
Yeah.
back his point, Sarah?
Yeah, here's one thing. Like in democratic country, you're allowed to criticize the government, criticize and tell what error they have. But as soon as in non-democratic place, as soon as you say one error, you either might be gone to jail without a case or anything.
Okay, Arya, do you want to say something?
Yeah, in democracy also there is something called censorship, where the sometimes also I won't take names. Medias are also biased. Okay, a lot of medias are biased, and also there is a something called censorship, in which the government can literally censor whatever the media puts against them if it is too harsh. This is also there, which doesn't allow the people to put forward their points. And how do you justify this? Well, everyone should have the fundamental right to speech and the fundamental right to put forward their points. Then if the government can censor the media, and also like not sometimes they won't give much what importance to a particular case, then how can you go with it? How can you like tell that this is the best thing to do?
Can I reply?
Wait, let Bhargav say what he wants. Bhargav, do you want to say something?
No, I had to tell a point. I'll tell that.
No, let
Can I
us object this.
can I object
Let
it? Then
let Navneet
Bhargav can
object.
listen. Yeah.
Yeah,
See, Arya,
okay,
you
object.
only told censorship is basically for when they use too harsh or something like that. Of course, when you're criticizing someone, it should be in a responsible way. You can't just suppose. See, let's just imagine like in my state, the government is corrupt. So I can't just go and abuse everyone over there with a very harsh words and all. Of course, they'll take case against us. You should, with valid proof, criticize them, and you just cannot be careless in whatever you say. You should be in a responsible way, and you should have public support. Basic first thing, you should have public support so you can raise the issue. And
If
if
the
you have
government
public,
is corrupt,
wait,
okay,
let
if
me
the
finish.
Wait,
okay,
wait,
finish,
let
One
let
second.
Navneet finish.
One second. And if you have public support, yeah, and if you have public support, then the government cannot censor. Like if they censor it also, because of the publicity and the popular support it gets, other people also get aware of it and come to fight for the issue. So you get public support when the issue is valid. If the issue is valid, you get public support, and when you get public support, issue becomes popular. With that only you can get support like more wide, the such that government cannot censor it. A democratic government cannot do anything. It should rectify its decision.
And if they
okay,
censor it also, and
can I,
fundamental,
Yeah,
if they censor it for no use, you have fundamental rights to
Yeah.
put case
So
against them.
so the
They
judiciary
can't do
can
anything.
basically just overthrow the government. You can just file case and really I'm saying you can overthrow the government for its
okay,
corruption.
can I object?
yeah, you're going.
Fine. So in a basically you said that if your government is corrupt, then obviously the media is also corrupt because the government will be bribing the media. That is fact, common sense. And when the media is corrupt and you can't put things forward to the media, how are you going to make this popular, make this a very wide thing? And if the people are not aware, and if they're not ready to accept what you say, if a random fellow comes on the road and just says whatever he wants, and they're not, obviously people won't be ready to accept what you're going to say. So how are you going to do this in a democracy? How are you going to put forward your point?
Rashikar, you want to say something?
Yeah. See, if you go to a particular media or a company, they want. See, there are many platforms like YouTube and all where you can put your own video.
Okay,
And
new
there are
tube.
press.
So what
There are
are
you
the
can
chances of
organize
it
press
getting viral?
also.
Arya, let
What?
Rashikar speak. Can you talk?
If you have a valid point, it will obviously get viral.
Not
There's no.
always.
What do you mean not always? If it is,
Not always. Not
how are you
always.
sure about that?
One second,
How
can
are
I
you sure
just back
that?
Rajikar's
Okay,
point?
Okay, fine.
okay.
Leave YouTube
Fine.
only. You can call press, and you can tell your point there, and they
With
can
whom?
put. Huh?
Man, you're an ordinary person going on a road. Who is going to come to your press? That is the thing. If
You can
the government is
fine
corrupt,
leave press
then
also.
media is corrupt, then
Fine
the
leave press also. You can
people
do.
also will be obviously, listen, let me finish. Let me finish. The government is corrupt, media is corrupt. Obviously, people will be brainwashed. Government is not so dumb that they will not brainwash the people and they will not make them believe that they are right. Right. Am I
Arya,
right?
can I just
Or
say one
not?
thing?
Okay, yeah, see.
Yeah, sure.
You told the government can brainwash, they can corrupt the media and all, they can like make the
Yeah.
media corrupt. Basically,
Yeah.
that is not a democratic government, first of all. It's just a non-democratic government. You're just like giving against non-democratic government a point, basically.
Uh,
Why are you
Arya, you want to
muting,
say
man?
something?
I'm trying to object this point. Okay, if I'm being rude, sorry. Okay.
No,
See,
I'm not
if
saying you're rude. You're
no,
basically
no,
just objecting your own team, basically.
I'm not
You're
objecting my.
against your
Yeah.
own
I'm
democracy.
not. I'm not objecting my own team. Let me finish. See here. If you only said the government is corrupt, if the government is corrupt, how is that a democracy? If the government is corrupt, that is obviously not a democracy. And first of all, the other thing.
Democracy is more
Navneet,
based on. Wait, 1 second, let
And
me say.
you are trying to lay down the foundation. Tell me the foundation of a democracy, how a democracy should be, what a democracy will do. In a democratic country, if the government is not democratic and you want to call it democratic, how is that possible?
First of all, in a democratic government,
That
people
is
have the basic right to equality and oppose the government. which
Yeah,
means
but
that people oppose
people are
it.
not
Of
Let him
corrupt.
complete.
course.
Let him complete.
Sir.
Wait.
Okay, okay,
Let him
okay,
Suppose
okay.
you
complete
say
his
government is corrupt. No, you say government is corrupt. People have the right to go against it. No, with the help of media and press. So of course it's a democratic if people have the right to go against it. When people are not given this right, they are just brainwashed, media
Arya, like
suppressed and
People
all,
are
then it's
manipulated. People are
non-democratic.
manipulated easily. You don't understand
How
what
can
people are
how can
One minute,
everyone be
listen. Let me
manipulated?
finish my point.
Your point
Let
is
me
not
finish.
valid. Your point
Let
is
me
not
finish
valid.
Arya,
my
your point is
point.
actually
Okay.
senseless. It's
No,
senseless.
let me finish my point.
It is
I'll
senseless.
make sense out of
Yasika,
it if
let
you
him
let me
finish
to
his
speak.
point.
Wait, let him finish his point.
If you let
Yeah,
me
let
to
him finish
speak,
his
then only
point.
I can
Wait.
make sense out of it.
Yeah, continue.
See, listen here. So obviously, like in a democracy, in a democratic country, suppose if you have like non-democratic policies, then how are you going to call it a democracy? That is what happens in many of the democracies. The government is corrupt, okay, because people have a lot of 1 minute. Because the people have a lot of what attraction towards money. Okay, that is one thing. People are not given proper education. That is another thing. I think we spoke about that in the last debate. People are not given proper education. They are not educated, so they don't know how to take decisions. From this, it makes them get easily manipulated. I'm not telling that all the people get manipulated. I'm telling that most of the people, like we have live example. I won't take the name again. Many people got manipulated because of this. And in a particular state, many people got manipulated from the rural areas because they're not given education. Because they're poor, they want money. So in democracies, you can literally just manipulate the people. In other forms of government, you don't have to manipulate the people. Okay, if you're taking a good decision, they'll just be with you. That's all. That's all for the development of a country. If you want to take a good decision, they'll just be with you. Why do you have to do all of this? In democracy, you just make it like a dictatorship with full hard work. Full like with you try the people try to make it so corrupt, and there are many corrupt leaders also. Okay, try to understand. Like it's not that my point is not making sense. You're not trying to understand it. That's all.
Somebody's team, do you want to object?
Yeah, I just
Okay.
want to object. Arya told that people can be like they are not educated well enough, so they can be manipulated easily. I'm just taking a statistic. I'm just saying basically every state, at least every state, if you see, majority of the population is educated. With less percentages, non-educated, less percentage. So if you
Every
see,
state, are you sure?
one
In
second.
Bihar, what about Bihar, Odisha, those type of
Bro,
states?
Bihar literacy is 62%. 62 is
That is
majority.
62
I'm
is
not,
majority, but what
I'm not,
about that other person? See, there are something called urban and rural. Okay, something called urban and rural. In urban areas, most of the people may be educated, but most of the people to this date in India live in rural areas only. Okay,
okay, bro,
try to
one
Oh,
second,
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
just
bro,
ask you
in
one
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
urban and
continue.
rural come in the state of Bihar only, right? Whole Bihar is consist of urban and rural. But we are talking
And
about whole Bihar's literacy,
what I
62%.
Yeah,
So how
yeah,
are you
what
telling
I
urban and rural? Majority is only 62%,
and okay,
including
wait.
urban and rural.
Yeah,
How
I'll
could
just
you
like to give
say
a,
that it's urban and rural area and all?
I will just say one thing. Suppose if you
Yeah.
see, just take example of election also. There is a like magic poll number we call it. That means whoever gets majority, that means more than the half line, they form the government in election. If you see basically, so like in a state, if you see total, I'm not taking a total state. Suppose you told Bihar also. I'm saying Bihar has 62% literacy rate. So it's above 50. No, majority of the people are educated and cannot be manipulated easily by the government. Majority are going against the government.
so
Majority are
then
not
why
getting manipulated. Minority is getting manipulated. Majority
so then
can
yeah.
still go against the government with the help of media. That's what I'm
Fine.
saying.
Okay, fine. Then why did people in the you know which state I'm going to talk about? So why did people get manipulated here in this case? Majority is in urban area. Majority is educated. Why did you know which state I'm talking about? Okay, I'm not
That's
talking about Bihar or
I
Odisha.
understand. I understood. I
Hmm,
understood.
okay.
It's just basic basic human instinct. See,
Exactly,
Suppose,
that's what even I
yeah.
am saying. Human
No, I'll just say
instinct
one thing. I'll just
leads
say
to
one thing.
corruption. That
Wait.
is that is a
Arya, let
problem
him
in
finish.
democracy. Yeah, okay, let me finish.
Yeah, let him finish. Then you.
Yeah, okay. I'll say. Suppose you see in our school also elections are held, school captain, vice captain, and stuff. Do they just say, I have this quality, I have that quality? No. They'll start promising things. That is, I will try to bring this culture into that. I'm not taking example, just particular. Everybody promises something because people just do not want to. Suppose even you're going to buy something. Just imagine you want to buy a particular product. First thing that you will think in your mind is how is it helpful to you? You say yes or no, that's basic human history. You'll think how is it useful to you? Is it really necessary for you? How are you going to use it? And stuff. Of course, that's what happened in elections. People will think before electing. What will the government do for us? Are they going to just fool us like before? What are they going to do for us? That is called as manifesto. What they're going to do for the people, they'll say. That is why
Yeah,
they will
okay,
make the
okay.
promises.
I'll
So that
I'll take
people
an
believe them.
example. In
Wait.
Bengaluru,
Rashid,
in
One
one
second,
minute,
let me
Arya.
finish.
okay,
One
let
second,
him
one
back.
Arya,
second.
1 minute.
Let him back his.
Just one
Rashid,
second.
do you
Just
want to back?
Ishan, one
No,
second.
I wanted to give a new
Okay.
point because it was
Wait.
getting too
1
much
minute.
stretched.
Yeah,
1
1
second, I
minute.
just want to finish my point. That's called
Yeah, sure.
manifesto. The electors promise what they want to do for the people. And suppose you just say, I understood which state you're talking about. They promise so many freebies. And if they are not able to provide the freebies, then it's manipulation. And if they actually provide it, if they do what they promised and they did not they did not do any corruption, then how is it manipulation? It's just doing what they promised. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, listen here. I'll point out one more thing. In wherever they stated that they're going to do this before the election, they didn't mention what are they going to be. They mentioned the pros that I'm going to give you this, I'm going to give you that I'm going to give you this, I'm going to give you the again that I'm going to give. Oh.
Your voice is not clear. Could you
Sorry,
please repeat
sorry,
the
my
point?
brother was disturbed. Sorry. I'll start off my point again. That oh, that see people. I got my point. Yeah, I start a new point. I forgot my point. My brother came and
Rashid,
disturbed. I
start.
forgot my point.
Rashid.
Fine.
Okay,
I
wait.
would like to
Everybody
give
mute.
2 points. I would
1
like
minute.
to
Wait.
give two
This
new
is gonna.
points.
Okay, 1 minute. Wait. This is gonna be the last topic of this debate.
Yeah,
After
sure.
that, we'll go to conclusion.
I
Go
would like to give 2 points. As
ahead.
Arya
No,
is
one is enough.
saying, no, I'll just I'll continue what I'm saying. So Arya is
Okay.
objecting democracy and stuff. Uh, and in total GDP of like in whole world, none of the countries are there which are non-democratic. If you say they have looted the world, like India or some countries also, do you think France looted? Do you think Germany looted? Do you think Australia looted? Do you think Japan looted? Do you think Canada looted? Or do you think India looted? There are more than 7 countries in top 10 GDP. Only like 2 are there. Fine. Now, second one I'm going to say, non-democratic government, monarchy. In olden times, in monarchy, king's son or only son, I guess, he can only be the king, not the worthy one. And what if king's son is very bad or something, and they just ruin up whole their kingdom and they take bad decision, everything. Now, what do you say? Not the worthy one is getting selected. The king's son is only getting selected. King's heir.
Actually, the same happens in dictatorship also.
Yeah. My point is over.
Okay. Except Arya, can anybody else object from Siddharth's team? Yeah, Siddharth, go ahead.
Yeah, I would like to object Navneet's point about regarding how only the son of the dictator can be a dictator in another dictator in
I'm not
dictatorship.
saying son. I didn't mention son.
He don't mention.
Oh, okay.
He don't
Then
say.
never mind.
I'm
Then
just
never mind.
saying the worthy one doesn't become the dictator again. Whoever that guy wishes, maybe it's personal. He wishes that his own family member or his own son also in some cases, his own family member will be the next.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I might have misheard. Then my point doesn't stand then.
Okay. Except Arya, does anyone want the object in Siddharth's team? No? Okay, Arya, you want to go.
Except me, who is that object? No one is even speaking.
Yeah,
See,
okay.
in a monarchy system in olden times, as Rajshekar said, the kings, if they didn't have proper sons, most of the kings, I'm specifying it now, used to search for worthy ones. Okay, there are many cases like that also, that they used to have. There are many mythological books also that they used to search for worthy ones if their sons are not proper, or they try to what try to make their son proper, or yeah, make their daughter proper or son proper to become worthy enough to become the king of the future king, so that they can properly lead the country into the country or the state into whatever you call it, what is that called, righteousness or whatever it is. So like most of the kings used to do that. There may be some exceptions, there may be some exceptions, I don't know about that,
Not
but
maybe, there are.
most. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
continue.
okay.
Wait,
Yeah,
let
yeah,
him
yeah.
finish.
Yeah, okay. See, I told I don't know about that. But most of the kings, according to me, according to what I have read, have done this. And from this, the country has also, the current country has also progressed. The meaning, like the country that they were in has also progressed. And this, if the king is an idea, if the king is a good king, then I think this can also work. Like if the king is a good king and wants his country to progress and develop in the future, then I think a monarchy system or a communist system is also good. Even a dictatorship system is also good.
Can you give one
Except
good
1 minute.
example of communist country or something like that?
Can you give Arya?
Gave an example. I gave an example of I told you about a
Like
monarchy system. Right? There are so many.
no,
What?
communist you said, right? Monarchy, okay. You added the point that there can be good communist system also. Could you give one example?
I said there can be, yeah. In Russia.
No, you said not can.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
said
that's yeah. That's all. Listen. In Russia,
Let him say.
communism was done by there was also a socialist thing, communist thing also. In Russia, I think there was a Bolshevik and Menshevik. These Bolsheviks were supporting socialist ideas and communist ideas, and the people liked it. But they were not able to take it forward due to many other reasons, okay, which don't imply on this topic. But yeah, people
yeah,
like these
I know.
socialist and
Yeah.
communist ideas, like Vladimir Lenin. And then after that, he progressed on to die because of an stroke or something like that, I think. And then Stalin came in. He took correct this one. He tried to fix the country of the state it was in because of the monarch, but it was not possible at that time. And then, and sorry, my brother disturbed me again. And then we had a dictator called Nikita Khrushchev. Okay, who actually did a good job. And after that, Russia got many dictators. From when finally it was broken down from the Soviet Union into Russia by the United States. It was they brought many conflicts into it and they broke it down. So yeah, there have been many good cases in communist what in communist this one ideologies
This was
also, but
actually possible due to the geographical place of Russia, and they had like a huge landmass and huge population and a good military system.
yeah, but
This is
still it was
also a point.
possible. Still
And
it was possible.
but this is
And
a
we're not talking
this
about
is
that.
a
I'm just
rare
objecting
case.
your
This is
point.
a
We're
rare
not
case.
talking. We're not talking about your. Yeah, this is a rare case, but it happened. You asked for a case, I gave it to you. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay. From Navneet's team, except Rashika and Navneet, does anybody want to say something?
The people who is speaking also.
Ishan, I guess we can go to the final point.
I think we have to conclude. From each team, 3 points you can say.
I'll say one point that
And one more thing. 1 minute. Wait. 1 minute. Wait. Nobody can object this. Okay.
yeah, okay. Yeah. So for one point I'm going to say is that in democracy, democracy provides a method to deal with conflicts, better method. So I would like Sarah to say the next point.
Why did you say Sarah to like let anyone say no? Okay,
Okay,
fine.
anyone.
I'll say then
Let
let Sarah
anyone
say.
say.
Fine, I would like
Okay,
to
sir.
give a point that decisions are made better in democracy. Time is taken, I know, but decisions are made good.
Okay.
In democracy, like everyone is equally, everyone has given equal rights to vote, and everyone is given freedom of speech.
Okay. Siddharth's team, you have to say the 3 points.
Okay, yeah, I would actually prefer if one of my teammates could go ahead first.
Okay, who would like to
Can
go?
I? Can I?
Yeah, go on.
See, democracy is a corruption-prone area, and many corrupt leaders are also present in a democracy. Like many people fall for corruption, which is also a thing to take notice of. And democracy takes a lot of time for making decisions, and there are many cases in which we have seen such. So this is all what I wanted to conclude about.
Then I would like to say that, can I say?
Yeah, sure.
In a democracy, the leaders keep changing, so that leads to political instability. Thank you.
Siddharth
Uh,
or Surya?
Surya, you want to say? Surya?
Okay, you want to say. Oh, you want to say
Okay.
Siddharth.
Okay. So my thing is basically there's basically pressure on the citizens of a democratic country to vote on a respective party. So basically that's what makes me think that a non-democratic government is better.
Can I take 2 minutes to decide?
Go ahead.
I would. It was actually a tough call for me to take the decision, but the winner of the second debate of 2023 is For Democracy, which is Navneet's team. I think that the points which Navneet's team gave were actually not objectable, and the points which they gave also were amazing points, which was very nice points according to me. So their team is the winner. But both the team gave very nice points.
Thank you. And Arya, your team also debated good. Siddharth,
Yeah,
nice.
actually.
Good debate.
Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.